Hello, what is up and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about today all of the apps, the different softwares, and just different technology and my tips being like an influencer and making the content for all of that. This is just what I picked up over along the way for the past year of me making all this content, and I wish I would have had a video like this whenever I was starting. And just as a disclaimer, first off, if you kind of see this moving in the background, I have tinsel over here that's catching the sun, and so that's why that's doing that. And then also I was gonna get ready because I feel for sit down videos, you everyone just gets ready, they do their hair and their makeup and they put something nicer on, but I was that's just not me, so I'm not gonna be doing that. Okay, so number one, I'm gonna start out with apps. Canva and then Lightroom are the two my top apps. And then whenever I first started everything, I was using an app called Splice. So Canva, what I use that to make, if you guys follow me on Instagram and you would see what I always make my cover photos on my workouts, I use that to make those. I use it to make my thumbnails and just any different little template or something that I make, it's always on Canva. Canva is always my go-to, and it's really easy to navigate and you can be super creative on there. Secondly, Lightroom. That is an app that you can adjust the different lighting and everything and edit your photos. I don't mean edit as in you're distorting yourself and making your body look different. I mean as in the color and kind of sharpening the image to make it look a bit more high quality. I found Lightroom. I originally bought presets from Brittany Lupton, but I no longer use those. I just kind of make my own and adjust it to the color scheme that I want. But if you go on Etsy, there is tons and tons of different preset packages that you can buy, so you can make your feed look that aesthetic look and everything kind of blends together. And then Splice, lastly. Splice I would use if you were editing, trying to edit videos on your phone. It's what I started out whenever I was making YouTube videos. I would edit all of my videos on Splice. That goes into the next thing, which would be my technology. I stopped using Splice whenever I saved up and bought my MacBook Pro. Before that, I had also gotten my Canon G7X. So the Canon G7X Mark II is the camera that I use. I still use it now. It is my favorite. It has a Bluetooth feature, so even if you don't have a MacBook, you don't have to get an SD card and figure out all that complicated stuff. There's a little button on the side that you can push and you can just basically kind of airdrop them all to your phone, so then you can do whatever you please with the footage once it's on your phone. That's my favorite thing, and what sold me on this camera. It has apertures, so aperture adjusts lighting. You don't really need to know what that is, just know it's good to have a camera with really flexible aperture, which the Canon G7X Mark II does. And it's very small, compact, and has the flip up screen, so right now as I'm talking to you guys, I can see myself and I don't have no idea where the camera's pointing. Touched on that, I got my MacBook Pro. My MacBook Pro, simply I got that because I wanted to be able to edit with Final Cut Pro, and Mac just has a lot of features that I love. Another thing with technology, an external hard drive. You are going to want an external hard drive. I cannot tell you how long I spent stressing trying to edit things on my laptop and deleting so many different files. I'm also a student and stuff, so all my college classes, I needed room and storage on my Mac to edit a video, so I ended up deleting a bunch of stuff from my previous classes, and that bit me in the ass at the end of the semester when I had to make a portfolio. So get an external hard drive. It will save you so much time. I think I paid maybe 50 or 60 bucks for mine through Apple, and it's 500 gigabytes, and I've never filled it up till now, and I make videos all the time and all my workout videos, so just get that. It literally just plugs into the side of your computer, and if you have one of the newer Macs, there's two different outlets, so I keep my external hard drive plugged in at all times. I never take it out. That's what I keep. Final Cut Pro takes up a lot of storage, and so does the different apps that come in the editing software through Apple, Compressor and stuff. Those different things are motion pictures. They take up a lot of storage on your computer, so what I do is I keep them all in my external hard drive, so then I just plug in my external hard drive, which I never take it out, so I don't even have to do that. But you just click on the little icon on your computer that'll be on your desktop screen, and you just literally double click external hard drive, and it'll show up everything in there, and you can put different apps in there. Another thing, you are going to want extra camera batteries. If you are getting a full-on camera like I did, like the Canon G7X, I suggest getting extra camera batteries. You'll blow through them like crazy, especially if you are vlogging. So I personally have 3, so I always keep one pretty much fully charged, and then I like to keep just an extra one in my car. Right now I have one obviously in the camera, I have one over here in front of me charging, and then I also have one in my car charging. And another thing that goes along with that, I have two batteries. So I have a regular battery pack that like you just plug into the wall, and then I have another one that's a battery pack that has like the USB in, so I can either plug it into the wall if I need, or I can charge my battery while I'm in my car, which is what it's doing right now. So that has come in handy for me whenever I'm on the go, but I'm like, crap, I'm vlogging today and one of my batteries is dead, so I need to charge that up. Okay, so that's gonna end it off for technology wise, and then I'm going to go into the different softwares and things that I use. So this is more advanced. I did jump into this very early on, but I knew what I wanted. I know that I'm dedicated to this and I genuinely love doing this, so it did not faze me to spend money, invest. I feel like I'm investing myself whenever I bought all of this. So I think it was around like 300 or more, like 300, maybe 400. I really can't remember. I bought it the same exact time I bought my MacBook, but I got the full editing software through Apple, which came with like Final Cut Pro, Motion, which I still have no idea how to use. I really want to get into Skillshare to learn how to do that and get really cool effects, but I just haven't yet. But the two things that I do use is Final Cut Pro and Compressor. So Compressor is something, at first I had no idea even what it was. I never messed with it on my laptop, but then I finally learned like what it's actually for, because videos, if you edit them, like a lot of the times my videos will be up to 50 gigabytes. Trying to upload those type of videos to YouTube will literally take days. At the beginning of my channel, it was taking me days to actually upload videos to my thing, and it was just really stressful because they'd always fail because like my phone would die or something. Yeah, I did used to download them off my phone, or upload them off my phone. Like there was just so many complications, but, or my computer or something would die. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is they would take so long to upload because how massive they were in regards to like the file size. So Compressor, what you do, I always do like, it shows like a YouTube icon, so it'll show like different things. So I actually just click the YouTube icon on the YouTube icon on Compressor, and then it'll drop down and it says like up to 4K. And that's the one I always do, so it's higher quality. And then it basically just takes like a couple minutes, and then it compresses it all, so it'll drop it from like 50 gigabytes down to like 13 or something like that. It makes it so everything uploads so much faster and it's a lot smoother. And then with Final Cut Pro, I'm not going to go into details about like all the exact things I do in regards to editing on there. Like at times whenever I make it zoom in on my face and just kind of like move around the screen and the little effects that I do. If you guys ever want me to talk about that, I can. I'm definitely not a pro. I'm very basic when it comes to editing, and I don't really know that much of what I'm doing. I just kind of play around with it and go with the flow. But there is cool things on there. You can always use iMovie if you don't want to buy that software. iMovie still has a lot of features. Final Cut Pro is just more of the advanced feature of that. So they have a lot more transitions, different effects. They have the sound effects, but they also have effects you can do like underwater themed, and like if you wanted to do like different types of voices and just a bunch of different cool stuff to add more like spunk to your videos, I guess. And then just a random little site. So for the longest time I had no idea how people were getting music for their videos, and this goes for both YouTube and Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would see that I always have different videos, like the new popular songs in the background of my videos, and I never knew how people were doing that for so long. But the website that I go to, sorry, I'm gonna have to look at it. Okay, it's YTMP3. So with this, you have to be careful not to hit a bunch of like different like little links and stuff, because it can like obviously cause viruses on your computer, but there's no issues with it if you just hit like the designated ones. Go on YouTube, find the song that you want, and then hit the little share thing, and then you're gonna hit copy. And then so you copy the link and you go to that site and you paste it in like the main, like it's at the header and it has a little search bar by it. You press that and then it should pop up the video, and you just hit download MP3, and then boom, it downloads. And then I always do it through my phone just because it's faster, and then I airdrop it to my MacBook, and then I can add that in the background of my videos. So that is for Instagram. You can do anything with Instagram. Instagram is not weird about copyright and stuff. If they say anything or take it down, just like put the copyright and give credits to the person in like the description of that photo, and you'll be fine. But when it comes to YouTube, YouTube is a lot more strict on that. You have to make sure that the music is non-copyright. So you can look at literally non-copyright music on YouTube, and there's so many accounts that have different things for it. Honestly, it just takes a while. Just browse through, listen to a little bit of stuff, find ones that you like, and just use those repeatedly through your videos. That's what I always do. but you do the same exact process except you just insert it into a YouTube video rather than an Instagram workout. A lot of the times with YouTube videos though, you do have to watch out because in the non-copyright videos, it'll state in the description box of that YouTube video that it'll only be like non-copyright if you give credits to the creator in like the description of whenever you post your video. So always be aware of that and on the lookout. Okay, and then another tip that I'm going to go into, so make sure whenever, this is just like something that I personally do and I found that it's really helped make people like to see things that are aesthetic and pleasing to the eye. So that's why on my Instagram, if you would see in like my thumbnails, I try to make things more bright. I don't do super dull colors. I try to spice it up a little bit and add different like dimensions to things. So make things 3D, make it stick out, make little doodles, cool drawings. So if you follow me on Instagram, one of the main things that I feel like my profile is kind of known for is I always do little doodles on my story. So first off, I always use an Instagram filter, and the filter, just like the one that I personally use, is called Vintage, and it just adds these cute little specks in a different color tone that I just personally like. So what I suggest, find a filter on Instagram that you really like and kind of make that as like your signature filter. Like I know like Libby Christensen, she uses the one filter called Bahamas. That's like her signature thing. There's just a bunch of people, or a lot of people have like a signature and it's Tan and Tiffany. If you don't know what I'm talking about in regards to the Instagram story filters, you're fine. Literally just go on the Instagram thing, and if you swipe all the way over, once you're on like the little like story thing, you can see the little like magnifying glass and you can search them there until you find one that you like and that fits you. That is what I do just to kind of keep the theme the same and the color tones cute on my story. And then I just add little doodles. I'll kind of put a few examples of what I mean by my doodles up here on the screen, just to add a little bit more spunk so it's not just such a plain image and it's pleasing to the eye. People really like that, and yeah, I don't really know why, but I get it because I do too. Okay, and then another thing, lastly, tripods. So at first, whenever I got my camera, I had the tiniest little dinky tripod that was really crappy, honestly. But investing in tripods, it's something like you guys are sitting up on a tripod right now. I think I have maybe like 5 of them, but I have like 3 that I use the most. So first off, I will link my tripods all in the description, as much of everything that I can like find the links to that I've been talking about in this video. I will link it down in the description and have it labeled for you guys so you guys can find it. But there's just different tripods. Like I have multiple sizes. I have a small one that's like a handheld, and which is just great for whenever I'm doing like almost like day in the life or full day of eating, that type of gist, because I can easily prop it up and just carry it around to show you guys. Then I also have another tripod, which is the one that you guys are on right now, which is a very large tripod that I can make just kind of like medium size for when I'm sitting down, or if I do need to do like a full stand-up video and make it super big, I can do that, or get like upright angles. I can adjust it all on here, which is super nice. And then I also have like a medium-sized tripod that also has a little clicker with the button. So let's say I needed to take photos of myself, but like I didn't want to do like the self timer or take a video or anything. You can connect the little clicker to either your camera, or you can do it to your phone, and then you set up the tripod, and it's very small and dainty, so you can just hide it in your like hand like that, and then just take the photo off that, which that's the same tripod I also use because it's just handy. It's like a medium-sized one. It's not super small and it's not super big like this one. That's the one that I use to record all of my workouts in the gym. In case you guys are curious, I get a lot of people asking me how I create my workout videos on Instagram, how they are so high quality. Although I do have the iPhone 11 Pro, I do not ever film on this. I think I've done it like once, and that's only because I didn't have my camera with me. I always film on my camera, which is the Canon G7X Mark II. I do bring that in the gym. It is scary at first. I was always intimidated and I never wanted to film unless there was no one in there. But now I don't care. It can be rush hour and I will pull out my camera and just go for it. But that's also because it's a gym that I'm comfortable with. I've been going there for almost 2 years now. It's like my little safe place. So this video is going on about 15 minutes. So I'm going to end that here. That is really all of my tips. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, or you can DM me at Kai Fitness on Instagram. And yeah, I hope some of you guys found this helpful. I just know this is the type of video that I wish I would have seen whenever I first started trying to make like content to become like, I guess, like an influencer. I'm not saying I'm an influencer, but I kind of post the same type of stuff that influencers do. That is why I'm saying this. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I love you, and I will talk to you in the next one.